What's up, guys? Today I figured I'd talk about something that I myself love very deeply, and that was the G4TV cable network. I believe it was about 3 or 4 years ago where our cable box just magically had more channels. And one of the channels I found was G4TV. Now I've heard about G4, I saw those G4 programs and I became attracted to them because they were video game channels. They were about stuff that I was interested in. We aren't talking about the History Channel stuff. We're talking about video games. Now, about 3 or 4 years ago is when I really started watching it. So I started watching it toward the end, but one of the programs that, actually two of the programs that I was attracted to the most was perhaps one of their most popular, X-Play and Attack of the Show. Both of these programs weren't necessarily all gaming, but they were gaming and pop culture. And I just looked, a lot of other people on YouTube have problems with that. They don't like that it's just gaming and this other stuff. I will say toward the end though, adding all those stupid shows that nobody really cares about or can find on any other network like Cops and all that, they started to go off the deep end there, but before that, that's when it was really cool. Back when X-Play and Attack of the Show did exist. But my problem with their cancellation was, and that's what this whole video is gonna be about. I'm not saying NBC didn't do anything here. NBC owns G4, by the way. But it seemed to me like they didn't even look at their demographics. They probably did, but they gotta see that those shows are really popular. Were really popular when they, toward the end, everybody was watching them for the Game of the Year stuff, and back then, even more people were watching them. I'm pretty sure the only reason people quit watching them at the end was they were done with the entire network with all the cops and everything. But, and there's another thing about G4. Back then, when it was still on and running, there was a set time for gamers to tune in. You had 6:30 to 7, which was X-Play, and then you had 7 to 8, which was Attack of the Show. Now, both of these shows I watched, and both of them you could not get me to miss. The only way I missed them was whenever I had to go somewhere or my family had something and all that good stuff happens, which it does to everybody, but other than that, I was glued to that TV. I actually loved what they were doing. And then about a year or so before it canceled, I believe one of the Attack of the Show hosts made a joke, I thought, hey, G4 is getting canceled. And I thought, oh, ha ha, it's just a joke, everything's gonna be fine. And then about 2 or 3 years, about a month or two later, X-Play started making retirement jokes and unemployment jokes. And I started looking into this. I started being more curious and more wary of these things. And about a month or two later, X-Play's got their final episode, January 23rd, 2012. And Attack of the Show had their final episode right after that. So what I did was I watched those shows, and after those shows ended, I started to feel really sad because those shows were my shows. They were the only shows that I got into that were shows for my age specifically. And people might say G4 sucks. G4 sucked up until the end and all that stuff. But this is my opinion. G4 could have been a good network if they haven't gone all the way overboard. And here's the one thing that I don't get. If I were to turn on that TV right now, G4 would still be up there. They still have G4 on cable even though it's canceled. The network NBC was gonna replace it with, Esquire, is completely on another channel that no one watches. So why keep G4 and just scrap the whole programming and then build up? So anyway, I was watching these last programs, and at the end of it, I felt very sad that those two particular shows that I liked were over. They were done. And X-Play still shows their episodes, but they aren't really the good episodes. They always show from a certain day up. You don't see classic X-Play episodes, which I don't remember because that's before I started watching it. But yeah, that's pretty much what G4 means to me. It was the only gaming network that I had heard of at that time, and it truly what inspired me to entertain you guys as my subscribers, because if X-Play hadn't vanished, I wouldn't be here, because after X-Play, after G4 went off the air, I felt that I needed to do something to help you guys, to help the whole world out with their gaming information. So, I had several websites made, like I said before in another video, and then I have a YouTube channel to help you guys with gaming and stuff. G4, I'll miss G4 because I have really fond memories of that channel, as I've said, and it was a good network. It really was. It just needed a proper push. It just needed something to come along. And to be honest, if NBC really wanted to, or if they really cared, they could reboot G4 because I think now they would have the proper market for it because of all the new console generations and all that good stuff. So, this video, I especially want you to comment on because G4TV, a lot of people look at it as a minor network, not me. I did not look at that channel like it was nothing. I saw its potential. I even thought it could grow bigger, but apparently NBC didn't think so, and they decided to cancel the whole thing. So I want you guys to comment on what you think about G4TV. And if you didn't have G4TV, this would even be an eye-opener for you to let you know that the opportunity's there for another gaming network. Obviously it is. But hey, maybe it'll happen one day, maybe it won't. But yeah, comment, like, and don't forget to hit subscribe. I will make more videos when I can. See you guys later.